You're mine. Time to move.
Go!
Approaching the anomaly.
Copy that. Who's there?
I'm going to watch this and walk another film. I was going to review it, but I was going to review it later on. But I thought I'd review it now. Damnation, Resident Evil Damnation I've been watching. On Glorious Blue. You know what, this is a good movie. I enjoyed it. 8-1. Very nice indeed. So, I was watching this and I thought to myself, you know what? I'll get to that in a bit. I mean, it's connected to the Resident Evil films I watched before. So, Resident Evil Damnation, known as Biohazard Damnation, animated by, I'll read that bit. It was released in 2012. The story revolves around DSO agent Leon Kennedy as he investigates biological weapons used in the European Civil War. Kamina aimed to tell a more original story by moving away from the narrative of the set, asked by Capcom's aid in regards to the handling of the characters to make them more consistent with their video game counterparts. Damnation premiered October 27th, 2012 in Shankuju, Tokyo. It was commercially successful, grossing more than 2 million in Japan and more than 3 million in home media US. In 2011, I won't read the whole lot, I'll just read some of it. In 2011, DSO agent Leon Kennedy infiltrates the Eastern Slav Republic, a former Soviet republic, to confirm rumors of bioorganic weapons. BOWs are used in the country's civil war. Ignores the government orders to retreat. He comes across his contact as attacked and is killed by a strong BOW known as a Licker. After a brief skirmish, the Licker disappears, only to be replaced by a second. However, the Licker spares Leon, appearing to be controlled by a mysterious man. Leon's knocked out, awakens to find himself tied to a chair by rebel fighters. JD, former teacher Alexander Sasha, better known as Buddy, and the elderly Evil Jodorich, the group's. So okay, I'll read a bit of that because I won't read that a lot because it's going to take me all night. So yeah, so the film sets straight away. It's like in a war scene with Leon Kennedy stuck in a war scenario, and of course, so later on he encounters a Licker, gets attacked. Now, I mean, he comes across his contact, but then it turns out he comes across his contact. Of course, he's been attacked by someone. Then his contact anyway, so he ends up coming across a Licker, and the contact gets like killed. Of course, he was all injured before, but then he comes across another Licker. I think it's the same one. I'm not sure now, but he gets injured, right? And then this guy, the next minute, this guy shows up and he's actually controlling this Licker. And it's interesting, it's kind of creepy. So anyway, so he wakes up in this chair, tired. The next minute he meets these like, I say rebels or sorry, whatever. So they meet these like rebel fighters, whatever. They call like terrorists, whatever. But and you see the old guy there. He's like, you know, he's then it hits me. The guy goes crazy. His eyes go red and stuff. It turns out he has this stuff inside him where he can control like BOWs and stuff like that, Lickers and stuff. Actually, the only thing I see it control is like Lickers. It's interesting. So anyway, you meet, of course, Ada One shows up in there. She's working with so you can call them the government and stuff like that. She's like working with the government, the president and stuff. It's actually quite attractive. Ada One in this looks very attractive. She's very, I mean, I like the way they do the design of the characters. She looks really good in this. And she's working with the president and stuff like that. Of course, she kind of is, but more she's working on for her own gain. So anyway, he teams up with the people there, the rebels and stuff, and of course, he makes friends with this character who they end up at this church. And of course, this guy, anyways, the guy, one of the characters helps him out, like releases him and stuff. He can go and he gives them his like weapons. Of course, then when Leo comes back, they all get they get attacked. Turns out there's like zombies outside the church, and of course they get attacked. And then I think it's his character. Of course, he likes American stuff. He's not a big fan of Americans, but I won't say his name because I don't know some of the characters' names. Sometimes I just I do a review and that's it. So anyway, so he turns out to have something inside him. There's a part in the movie that's quite creepy where one of his soldiers get attacked by zombies. Next to this young woman or girl, whatever, it's a girl. She puts this thing inside his. No, she pulls this thing outside her mouth and puts it inside like a creature, like a biohazard beard. It's just creepy. I was like, oh my word, and it controls her, and that's what same thing happens to his character. He has this like thing inside, and then the next bit the head sort of kind of like explode, and there's like he's like it's just creepy. That's yeah, because then you watch you play the games and like, they have these like creepy ass things that go like this creepers like they actually go more tough when you try killing them. So yeah, the movie where there's another part of the movie where Ada wants talking with the president. I can't remember what character's name. Of course, she's posing as the agent. I like the part where there's like a fight between the president and her, because she ain't got herself a president until later on in the movie. Spoilers. And there's like a fight between like some girl on Galactic, of course, which is always a bad thing. There's like a fight, and actually the president actually holds her own. She's pretty good at what she does. It's really cool. Then it turns out to be some kind of trap, but at the same time she wanted to infiltrate that facility. It's like because she infiltrates this facility, and of course she ends up infiltrating. Of course, Leon infiltrates the facility later on in the film, and I like this part where they're in this like both together, and they're like, "What the hell is this?" It's like there's like this like. I suppose you could call it a beehive kind of thing. They've got these like those little creatures that they put in the mouth. It's like not very nice. They're like Brussels sprouts and steroids, whatever. So creepy ass little creature things. And there's like soldiers that end up there, like the soldiers. What do you call them? The soldier people. So they end up there, and of course there's like a shootout, and then Finger's character, the guy who controls the liquors, because he turns out to be he ends up infecting himself with the virus, and then so he can control the liquors, and he ends up at the facility. And I like the part where they try to attack her, right? Yeah, he tries to attack the president, and she's got like this gas protector next to it. It's like things shoot up with always like tyrants. You're like Mr. X of the old show, like they look a bit different. They don't wear that hats. They actually they look more intimidating. They look a bit like just seem right said Fred with 9, 10 foot whatever, 20 foot, in a bad mood, and we're on steroids. Just say right said Fred. That's what they look like. Or maybe the Mitchell brothers or something like that. So anyway, I'll come right said Fred. They pop up at these things. And they get attacked by liquors, and I like that part. That's a pretty cool scene, like and they're running this. That's the thing of these run. Not can maybe play Resident Evil 2. They just walk until he starts getting it starts mutating. Of course, which is cool. It happens later on. These things can mutate when they get pissed off, and that scene was pretty cool actually. They both work. So anyway, so that worked together, and I think the Leon characters and the other guy they start working together. They escape through this elevator, and I like the part where they're both trying to climb. The two right said Fred starts trying to climb through the elevator, and it was quite fun at the same time because they're like, just, get out my way, do that. It's pretty fun actually. I don't know. I'd find it quite scary if those guys were chasing after me. Those two tyrants, two right said Freds. They're quite intimidating actually. They're like more quite scary than these liquors and stuff. I like the fact the liquors actually start working with that. Trying to protect Leon Kennedy, which is quite interesting. Even Leon Kennedy's kind of, I can't believe I'm actually being saved by a bunch of freaking BOWs. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. A lot of liquors died on this film, but R.I.P. But anyway, so and the part where they end up outside next to it. There's like right said Fred's outside. In the open, and one of them gets shot, blown up, and then he starts mutating and stuff like that. And yeah, it looks more mean look actually. These guys can run. So it ends up getting blown up. No, they ends up getting killed by a tank, you know, like a gun to the head and stuff like that, boom like that. One of the lickers like grabs hold of him, like, and Leon Kennedy, no, they drive a tank into him, and Kennedy controls the tank's cannon, blows its head off. The next minute, but then more show up. It's like, where do these guys come from? They're just like mutated already, so they're a little bit different. They look like they're mutated already. I don't know, and then and they get killed, which is pretty interesting. So they can get killed actually. They're not indestructible, but they are tough. And Leon Kennedy just like with a knife like that solid thing, big boss, just like wants to take. You know, I've had enough of this. Trying to protect the guy in it, which I thought was interesting. There is a part where you think, has Leon Kennedy killed that guy because he wants to die, almost kills himself. But yeah, there's a little bit of a twist about his character. It's not actually, you know. But yeah, really good action scenes. I really enjoyed this bit. I thought the effects were good. The CGI effects were good. Yeah, Leon Kennedy. The very attractive Edong. Actually, I thought that was Chris Redfield. Okay, what I was going back to say, right? You ever seen Resident Evil 4 with the guy from Prison Break where he plays Chris Redfield? Now, I was thinking to myself, you know what? He actually would have made a better Leon Kennedy. He would have actually made a better Leon Kennedy, I'd say. I think he would have actually, because I just think he looked about out of place being Chris Redfield. He didn't quite look like him. I thought the guy in Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City was a better look to Chris Redfield, but yeah, but I actually liked him in the half show. I thought too bad he never returned, but yeah, I think it would have better had Chris Redfield. No, I mean Leon Kennedy. He would have suited him better, the eyes and everything. I don't know, just you look at the guy, he would have suited the character better, I think. Maybe anyway, so yeah. Yeah, the end part was pretty good. Interesting movie, really good. Either one shows up at the end. She's got one of those like little creepy creature things, which is yeah. Like I said, she's got her own gain in this, but yeah, I like the fact she teams up with Leon and stuff in this, and so yeah, okay. So what I liked about it, the voice acting from the characters are excellent. Either one, very nice indeed. She looks great with hot legs. The animation is really good. CGI animation is really good. I thought it would have aged pretty, but you know, it looks pretty good actually. So CGI, music, yeah, some sentimental moments which I liked in it. Music, story, characters, voice acting, so yeah. And then I was trying to think what I did, and of course, okay, the creatures and tyrants and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. I just put creatures and whatever, so yeah. So what I didn't like about the cons, nothing really. I didn't really it's just the right time. It's like 1 hour to 40-minute movie, so yeah, I couldn't really think of anything I disliked about it because I think it was really well animated with good story. So yeah. So anyway, so nothing I didn't like about, no cons in this. So what the rating I'm going to give this film is a 4 out of 5 because I liked it. So yeah, awesome. So Damnation gets a 4 out of 5. And good animation, good voices, characters, and either one of course. So yeah, awesome. 4 out of 5 for Damnation, Resident Evil. Awesome. So I'm going to go off now, people. Ben Scott to my channel. Again, enjoy my videos. Hopefully you see me soon. I'll see you soon, and bye for now.